identified as potential witnesses. If those members are called and they refuse to testify, what message would that send, and what steps would the majority take to compel that testimony, perhaps fines or something like that?
Perhaps I wasn't clear enough. This is the work of the Select Committee. They will make determinations as to where the facts will take them. They have said everything is on the table. I've seen in their public statements. That's how I know that. I saw it in their public statements. So I would not be a party to any of those decisions, so I could not tell you what they might decide should members not participate.
Isn't this a matter of the full House, though, that members being called before a proceeding to testify, that they should observe those obligations?
Well, the question is about the power of subpoena, and they do have the power of subpoena. But let's just see where they go rather than speculate on a place they may or may not go. I don't know. And then we'll go from there. But thank you. Yes.
There's been a lot of back and forth between the administration and Democrats here on Capitol Hill about student loans and canceling student loan debt. Mm-hmm. Each has said, well, the president can do this by executive order. The president said, oh, let's do it by legislation. Can you explain why the administration and Democrats in Congress pushing for this are fighting this out this way? Why, I mean, it would seem there's not the votes to pass the bill. Is that in fact the case? Is that why Congress is...
No. Well, thank you for your question. It's so refreshing to get a question on substance and process, but not responding to whatever. Here's the thing. People think that the President of the United States, is this more on the subject and you ever want to know? Well, you'll let me know. People think that the President of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, but he does not have that power. That has to be an act of Congress. And I don't even like to call it forgiveness because that implies a transgression. It's not to be forgiven. Just freeing people from those obligations. So the question of who gets forgiven, to use the term of art that is out there, is a debate. Do we use whatever money there is for the broadest base of support of those with more people with even less debt or fewer people with more debt? That's a policy discussion. But the difference between the president can't do it. So that's not even a discussion. Not everybody realizes that, but the president can only postpone, delay, but not forgive.
And that said, following up, what would be the parameter and what would be fair to those who have incurred major debts, repaid them, or are still working to do so, yeah. And then if, say, something were to go through, say, okay, this group had to pay and this group... Yeah, well,
there you are. You've described it very well. I do think that what the president is putting forth in Build Back Better in terms of opportunity for all Americans, whether they go to college or not, that they may not even aspire to that, and that's fine. But we do want to give them vocational training or other opportunity so they can reach their fulfillment as well. So this is a broader discussion, but it is. It's not one that we're going to solve right here and now, but that would be an attitude that people would have. But even take it on top of that, suppose your family was not, your child just decided they want to, at this time, not want to go to college, but you're paying taxes to forgive somebody else's obligations. You may not be happy about that. But you know what? We want all of our kids to reach their fulfillment. To the extent that they want to go to college, we do not want them to be prohibited from doing that for financial reasons. I've had high school students come in here and say with their grades, they're able to be accepted in the Ivy League here and there, but their family's economic situation does not enable that to happen because they have to stay close to home to work, to be part of the family situation. So what we'd like to do is have an economy that is fair, that gives opportunity, and does not hold anybody back because of financial reasons. And again, how some people may view the relieving people of this obligation has to be viewed in a fair way, where we have something that gives opportunity. That's the big word, opportunity to all of America's families. Yeah.
On infrastructure,
Yes,
there's
yes.
talk in the Senate that there's a bipartisan deal which
Yeah.
was reached with the White House. Would you commit to approving a bill unchanged, a Senate bill unchanged, assuming it passes the Senate, would it be unchanged in the House?
No.
You'd change it?
No, I mean, the point is we have to see it. Have you seen it?
I have not.
No, we haven't seen it, so you're asking me to commit to something that none of us has seen. We are rooting for it. We're hoping for the best. That's was good news just as we came in, that it broke, that they thought they were even closer. We've heard that before. But, no, I mean, we very much want it to pass. Our chairman of our committee of jurisdiction is saying that we'd like to see it, and perhaps we may have to have some discussion about it. But I can't commit to passing something that I don't even know what it is yet, but I'm hoping for the best.
But you still won't put that on the floor until reconciliation is passed the Senate?
Yes, still. Thank you for your question. She's saying that was the last question, and when Drew says it's the last question, that's
Should the
what I do.
Giants trade for Max Scherzer?
What, dear?
Should the Giants trade for Max Scherzer?
Oh, here we go. Here we got sports. If you think I'm in a mood, I've been staying up all night watching the Olympics, the reruns, the this, the that. I just love watching it, and the drama of it all, too. But God bless our athletes we admire them for their skill and their discipline and their focus and their talent. And we admire them as athletes, but we admire them as people for having the strength to walk away from all of that. Thank you all.